What if I told you that a Supreme Court case that would determine whether or not the police have the right and the ability to legally take your firearms without any sort of due process is currently being heard by the Supreme Court, and that the ACLU and the Firearms Policy Coalition are both in agreement? It would be even crazier if I were to say that you probably haven't even heard of the Supreme Court case like I hadn't up until just a few days ago. Today we're talking about Caniglia versus Strom, and if I pronounce these names incorrectly, I apologize. This court case is going to be determining whether or not the police can or cannot confiscate your guns without a warrant. Let's talk about it. Before we do, I want to say thank you to everyone that supports this channel. Thank you for all the likes, comments, subscribes. Double check that you are subscribed. YouTube has been doing a weird thing lately where people have been getting unsubscribed. Also want to say thank you to everyone that supports the channel either through Subscribestar or by buying merch. But enough of that shameless self-promotion. Let's talk about the actual topic of the video today. So here's a Forbes article. This is one of the first articles that I've seen outside of just directly on the Scotus blog websites. Supreme Court will decide whether police can enter a home to seize guns without a warrant. So let's talk real quick, just the quick and dirty, the basic information about what this court case is pertaining to. I'm going to be reading some cliff notes that I was given by Walt Anderson. So plaintiff is arguing with his wife, produces a gun and says something along the lines of "shoot me already." It's a real big dramatic domestic dispute. The husband then leaves the home and stays at a hotel. The plaintiff's wife unloads and secures the firearm, locks it away in the home, and calls the cops, basically asking for a welfare check, saying, "Hey, my husband's something's going on right now. I would like you to check him out." The cops contact the plaintiff and he agrees voluntarily to go to a hospital to get checked out and evaluated. At that same time, the cops make contact with the plaintiff's wife while he is in the hospital, says it's okay, and that the plaintiff approved the seizures of the firearms, which is a lie. The plaintiff, the husband, did not give the police the right to actually go in and confiscate those firearms. The police allegedly or apparently lied to the wife and said that the permission was given and that they don't need her permission. The plaintiff's wife allows the cops to seize the guns under these false pretense, and then it kind of gets into this whole situation of, did the police use their exemption from the Fourth Amendment of community caretaking to actually go into the house and take those firearms, regardless of whether or not there was truly a threat at that moment, or if they had good cause or a actual reason to take those firearms. This is really important because it kind of goes into a wide variety of, this could lay the foundation for the lack of need of red flag laws and the inability to fight the constitutionality of red flag laws. Now, the real reason that this is super important to us is, while it is a Fourth Amendment case, this is huge. This affects what the police have the authority to do. I think that the police should be very limited as far as what they can and cannot take from a person's home. This would allow them to take all sorts of things and open up the door in any direction. Whether or not you are following the laws when it comes to guns, this would allow them to have unlimited access to go into the home and confiscate items under the guise of community caretaking without any actual proof needed, because the standard of proof, or the standard of justifying that community caretaking, is so much lower. It's not like having a warrant or reasonable belief. They can just walk in and say, "Hey, we're just doing our job," essentially, is what this could open the door for. Currently, red flag laws are flying under the constitutional radar of whether or not that is going outside the realms of due process by confiscating something. If this goes unfavorably for us, which many of the Moms Demand and all these other gun control advocacy groups are going for, this would put them in a position where we couldn't actually argue against red flag laws. Because if the police can just walk into your home and, under the guise of good community caretaking, take your firearms because they think you might be a threat, whether or not they can actually prove that there is any threat, they just see firearms, think guns bad, guns in the home bad, we're here, let's take those guns for safety. If the police are allowed to do that, then it would be very hard to argue that when given a temporary restraining order or a red flag restraining order, or whatever it is that these red flag laws want to call it, if they bring that to a judge, that's so much higher of a level of proof than just the cop on a whim exerting their right to confiscate whatever it is, whether it's guns or not. This is a huge thing because in the Second Amendment community, we talk a lot about the Second Amendment and how that affects us, but really a lot more is important than just guns. If we give up our ability to not let the government just come in and take whatever it is that they want, we're giving up a lot more than just gun rights. That's privacy, that's due process. Imagine this. You're in a situation where cops are interacting with you. You say, hey, fuck you, pig, or some sort of shit like that. The cops get pissed off. They say, hey, this guy's clearly an angry, aggressive person. He seems like he could be a threat to himself. We're just going to come on in and take your guns. So it gets into that realm of what can you even say anymore, because if the police can just come on in, not good. This is going to be a real quick video. I'm just going to have a bunch of links down below. If you want to talk about this further in the future, we can. I would love to hear your guys' input. This is something that I'm not super well versed on. This is kind of outside my realm of typical understanding. So if I'm wrong about anything, feel free to correct me. If you want to add on things that I missed, go ahead and leave that comment. I'll heart and like stuff that I like seeing. If you have any opinions, any links that you want to send me, YouTube probably won't let you send a link in a comment just because it filters it out as spam, but feel free to send it to me on Instagram. If you're in the Discord, send it in the Discord. If you want to get into the Discord, I occasionally give out invites on my live streams that I do, typically when I upload a video, or you can be a member of the Subscribe Star and get full, complete access to the Discord. Enough shameless promotion. Caniglia versus Strom, a court case that many of us weren't aware of. I wasn't aware of this for just a few days, or up until a few days, and it's a really important one, something that we should all be aware of. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace. Okay, while the 3D printer is making a bunch of noise in the background, I want to say thank you to a few of my Subscribe Star members. Again, you guys make a lot of what I do possible. Without the revenue streams that this channel has provided, I would not be able to be making videos this often, and I really do appreciate everyone's support. So I want to say thank you to Archer, Bane 1989, Freak Party, Samuel Bandarsky, controlpew.com, by the way, Micah German, City Boy, Timothy Mitchell, Rogue Ranger, Arthur Rodella, Jason Hernandez, Roth, Ori Cohen, John Spick, Ferosin, Sal Ramos, aka Twisted Steel, J-Val, Fox, Tyler Smith, Jennifer, Nathan Wangza, Jay Schindeldecker, Megastab, Truby666, Tyrannical Banana, Thickcock 45, Larry Thickers, Nut in My Pantsy, Justin White, Travis Para, Jacob Munoz, Mongoose, Cunter Cannon, HCM Holsters in Michigan, McBeardy, Big Sexy 82, Dustin Ficus, and I also want to say thank you to everyone that moderates over on my Discord. It's been a pleasure having all your guys' support. Would not have been possible without you. I'm going to find a way to make it all worth it for you guys. Thank you everyone for your support. I probably won't be live on Twitch at the time of this video going live, but if I am, feel free to stop by twitch.tv/Reno May. Thank you everyone.